The film begins with Laura, who was saved from the accident, lost her baby as a result of the accident. They expect to get married in a few hours. Massimo, however, who is amazed by her beauty, can't hold, makes love with her. After they are done, Olga asks her if she has already told Massimo about the death of her baby. Laura admits that she was afraid Massimo would start a war against his enemy if she told him, and she didn't want that to happen. As a good friend, Olga supports Laura's decision. In a beautiful ceremony, Massimo and Laura successfully exchange vows to remain together until death do us part. After the wedding, Laura ties Massimo's hands to the chair. She then starts to teasing Massimo. Massimo's testosterone hormone begins to rage like a bull, resulting him unleashes his beast. They play golf while on their honeymoon on the private island. This round of golf is slightly different from the normal golf. When they returned home, they discovered Olga with her boyfriend, Dominique. Massimo then reveals to Laura that he had arranged a trip for the girls because he needed to take care of his business with Dominique and didn't want the girls to be in town. Laura, however, is not pleased with his choice to move her as though she were things. Olga makes an attempt to cheer up the upset Laura by saying that they can party together and have some fun without the boys getting in the way. At night, Laura teases Massimo, which leads to their having a good time. In the morning, Laura says that she needs more time with him. Massimo informs her that because he had a lot of work to do, he couldn't continue to have fun with her. Laura and Olga had a great time during the girls' day out. While they are having lunch, Massimo shows up and tells her it's time to go. Massimo's behavior toward Laura irritates Laura. Later, she states that she is her wife and that she does not want him to rule over her life in the same manner that one of his men who work for him. Massimo clarifies that everything is only done to keep her safe and not to control her. One day, Laura meets her new gardener, Nacho. They each introduce themselves. Laura notes how pleasant their encounter was after he walked away. At Christmas dinner, Massimo presents Laura with a fashion company that she will run herself that he bought as a Christmas gift. He had noticed for some time that Laura wasn't content to do nothing all day, and this would allow her to be productive on her own terms. On the other hand, Dominique proposed to Olga, and she said yes. Later that night, Massimo receives his Christmas present from Laura. In that room, there are numerous different toys of various sizes. Laura tells him that he can use those toys to do whatever he wants. Massimo begins to start without wasting any time. One day at a gala dinner, Massimo explains that there is a brief meeting, so he must leave. She asks whether the meeting is more important than their time together. Massimo simply walks away from her and doesn't even answer her question. When Laura wanders around, she sees Massimo in the balcony talking to his ex-girlfriend, Anna. She goes upstairs, where she finds the room where she witnesses Massimo is cheating with Anna. She leaves the party in shock after what she just witnessed. She meets Nacho and asks him to take her away from the party. When Laura attempts to reach Massimo, his phone is busy. She then informs her mother over the phone of Massimo's actions. She also says she won't be staying with Massimo and will be gone for a few days. Nacho offers her to visit his house over the beach and she agrees. Laura's mother bursts into Massimo's mansion and demands an explanation for what he had done to her daughter. Massimo, however, had no idea of what she was saying. At the beach, Laura had a great time with Nacho's sister. She confides that Laura would be the ideal girl for Nacho to date, saying that she wants him to find a good girl. When Laura hears this, she simply laughs. It turns out, Massimo's identical twin brother, Adriano, who Laura knew nothing about, was the one Laura saw making out with Anna. Then Adriano's man arrives and admits that he was unsuccessful in kidnapping Laura. Adriano shoots him death out of rage. Meanwhile, with the help of his men, Dominique confirms Laura is with Nacho and informs Massimo. Massimo gives his men the orders to kill Nacho and bring Laura home. As they spend more time together, Laura develops feelings for Nacho. One night, Massimo's man breaks in and makes an attempt to kill Nacho. Fortunately, Nacho can handle the situation. The next morning, Laura, who has suspicions about Nacho, queries why a man would want to kill a gardener and how a gardener could possibly afford luxurious things. Nacho explains that it was just a straightforward robbery and that his father's wealth allowed him to afford everything. Later at the beach, Laura sees Nacho and his father, Don Mantos, conversing. Nacho appears agitated by what his father said to him. Then, she inquiries into what happened between Nacho and his father. However, Nacho brushes off the query and teaches her on how to surf. Laura is instructed by Nacho to meet his father. Because she already met his sister, Laura doesn't mind doing that. However, Nacho clarifies that she will meet his father at a big meeting where Massimo will also be present. Laura is surprised by this and wonders just who Nacho is. Nacho reveals that he is the son of a mafia boss. Nacho's family and Massimo's family are rival. After hearing this, Laura becomes incensed because she thought Nacho is a different type of man. Before leaving, she states that Nacho is not the kind of man she wants to be involved with. Laura still wants to meet Nacho's father and Nacho takes her to the big meeting. When they arrived, they were greeted by two men who admit being Don Manto's men and assured him that Laura would be taken care of. At the meeting, Massimo and Don Mantos are arguing because he is unhappy with the way Massimo is running his business and wants him to work with his twin brother. Massimo, who is incensed by Don Manto's statement, declares that he will not work with his twin brother because he will destroy everything that his father has built. Don Mantos cautions him that his wife is still with him. Nacho suddenly bursts in and says that the two men who took Laura are not his father's men. Massimo and Nacho work together to save Laura. Adriano tells Laura everything after bringing her to him. He explains that he is Massimo's twin brother and that since they were young, Massimo has stolen everything from him. Anna shows up as well and tries to shoot Laura. Luckily, Massimo and Nacho show up on time. Adriano threats Massimo to decide between Laura and his father's empire. Additionally, he admits that he is to blame for the accident that killed their baby. When Laura finally makes it out, Anna shoots her. Nacho shoots Anna while Massimo shoots Adriano. Nacho decides to leave after changing his mind about shooting Massimo. The film ends with Massimo cries as he holds the bleeding Laura.